Hello guys, welcome back to the channel where we continue our adventures in Descent 2nd Edition Manor of Ravens. We will be playing the second quest from the campaign, Finders and Keepers, and I'll tell you all about it in just a moment. But before we do so, let us introduce the party because I changed the party from previous playthroughs. This time we have 4 ladies who decided to have a look into the Manor of Ravens. Yeah, and you know, they heard some rumors in the town talking about this strange construct lurking in the shadows of the manor. We actually went through the very first mission, Spread Your Wings. We encountered Scarn. I will try to avoid spoilers for anyone who will be playing their campaign on their own. We managed to beat Scarn. So we won the very first quest. It was a very close call, to tell you the truth. We managed to get hold of him right before the final conclusion of the quest. Anyways, we did it. We won, and then we decided to progress with our campaign. We went back to town. We bought some loot that I will tell you all about in just a moment. And we decided to go ahead with Finders and Keepers, the very second quest in the campaign. I'll tell you all about it in just a moment, but before we do so, let's kick things off with our party. As you can tell, we have Andira Runehand. She will be playing as a custom healer rune knight. Basically, she's all about dealing damage, and as long as she does damage, she heals her party members. I'll show you what these skills do later on, or maybe you can just pause for a moment. Oh, and by the way, you start the campaign with 4 XP and some gold. Can't remember how much. 200? 400? Can't remember. But anyways, every hero starts with 4 XP. So as you can see, I have 5 already because I gained 1 for defeating Scarn in the previous quest. So the battle energy, this is the very first skill that Andira starts as Rune Knight. As you can see, every attack with rune weapon, she has a rune weapon. Each melee weapon you have gains rune traits, so every time you attack with rune weapons you have surge and it heals. Then you have the warding inscription, so you can help your team members discard conditions. Then you have you boost your damage and apply additional surges. And then you have symbolic defense. So you just boost defenses, and that's what she's got at the moment. Sorry. In terms of skill, in terms of equipment, she has a bone dagger that we managed to buy in town after the very first quest. So pierce 1, +2 damage, and on a surge bleed, red die for attack. So that will be quite handy. She also upgraded her shield that she had to begin with. She has a blessed shield now, so not only can she boost the defenses by 1 shield, she can also discard conditions. And this is our very first artifact that we obtained after defeating Scarn in the very first quest. So you gain +1 book all the way to 6, and for an action, perform a book test. If you succeed, you can discard 1 condition from target hero in your party. There's no line of sight, there's nothing there, so quite good. So she has now 2 options to discard conditions. Then we have Chalara with her pet Bright Blaze. The pet is already on the board. You'll see in just a moment, and we will be playing her as a geomancer. Okay, so there will be plenty of stones flying around the board, hopefully. And she also managed to buy an upgrade to her initial weapon. This one is the Ironbound runes. Okay, so she can boost her damage by exhausting this card, +1 range, +1 damage, and additional surge for +1 damage, and red die. So pretty good, yeah. Then we have Rogana the Shade, and she's playing as Stalker, if I remember correctly. So plenty of traps. We'll be seeing that. So Yeah, she can boost her damage with traps. She will also apply a lot of poison and other conditions across the board to her enemies. And we also managed to upgrade her starting equipment to a this is the dagger that boosts damage if the target is already poisoned. So we have the green die here, so we can poison the enemies for 2 surges, pierce 2 at 1 surge, and as I said, green die to begin with. Yeah, there we go. And the last but not least, Alice Rain. She's playing as Marshall. She has her starting equipment without any upgrades. We only managed to pick up this ring that allows us to boost her HP by 2, reduce her sun by 1, so from 3 to 2, and she can also cause doom when she spends the surge, so that's her equipment. And she also managed to acquire Iron Skin Potion and Blinding Powder. These are the custom-made treasure cards from various decks. You can find these on BGG forums in either files or variants section. I highly recommend that because they give so much flavor. Some of these items are over the top, but who cares? Yeah, so there we go. Let's have a look at the starting pile. Rearrange for the camera. So basically what happens is that we encounter the camp of bandits. And these bandits, they manage to loot the mana, and they have a lot of treasure lying around on the board. We tried to pick up some of this treasure, and we fell into a trap. We had to perform a test. Can't remember which one. Anyways, 2 of our heroes failed, 2 of our heroes succeeded, so that's why they are outside of the trap, outside of this spike pit. Andira and Chalara, they fell into a trap. So basically what happens now, we need to get out. In order to get out, we need to perform either strength or let me have a look at the strength or the eye. But the problem is that for every bandit either in the spike trap or on the outside of the spike trap, you have to apply +1 shield. So basically with all these 5 on the board, it's virtually impossible to get out of there. So first things first, we need to get out. So we need to kill the bandits. Hopefully they do not come as reinforcements, or at least not as quick. And then open the doors. These doors are standard doors. They're not locked doors. So I can open them with an action and progress either here or there. This is the bandits card. Let's put them here, right there. Okay, so that's the beginning of a very first turn. So sorry for taking slightly too long for the introduction part, but I thought it was it might have been interesting for you to know where we are, who we're playing with, and so on and so forth. So, oh, and by the way, there's no issue with line of sight either from the inside or from the outside of the spike trap. So we can freely attack in melee and in range in both directions. We have our Bright Blaze already there on the field. Yeah. Well, so look, maybe I can zoom in slightly, like so. There you go. Okay, I'll slide it like that, or maybe I'll just have it handy here. Maybe even like this. Yeah, what do you say? Okay, right, let's kick things off. I have a feeling we could start with Chalara and summon the stone. I can have 2, by the way, because I already have the Stone Tongue ability. You may have 1 additional summon stone on the map at the time. Okay, I think before we start, actually, I think I'll position myself here somewhere so that I can... Oh, and by the way, the location of the bandits is enforced on you by the Valkyrie app. So the app told us where to spawn them. Right, so let's begin. Yeah, shall we? Let's begin. And where's my Terracol ability? Right, let's use the Terracol ability to summon the stone. We have 3 different types, like that. Let's pick this one, and let's spawn it right there for 1 stamina. Okay. So that's my first action, because, yeah, as you can see, it's got an arrow, so, yeah. So I exhaust that, and I can perform an attack action with my equipped weapon. I'll do that in just a moment, but before we do that, let me turn around and shoot one of the bandits. Yeah. So every attack. Oh, you know what? I will use Quaking Word. Okay, so perform an attack with magic weapon. This attack gains surge. Each monster figure within 2 spaces of a summoned stone tests the eye. Well, they don't have any characteristics, so they will fail immediately and they will get stunned. So they will just have 1 action. Okay, so additional two imagining this attack gains each monster figure within 2 spaces. Yeah, so 2 spaces, 1, 2, so all 3 will be affected. So let me do just that. So let's start with this one. So their defense die, which is quite interesting. Look, the minions have brown die for defense and a red one for attack, while the boss has a yellow one and a gray die for defense. But he also has pillage. I think it's the translation. I think it's called pillage in the English version. This is the Polish version that I have. So let's have a look. So we're attacking. Let's say we're attacking this guy, but all 3 will be affected if I have an extra surge. Yeah. Oh, and of course. And of course, let's zoom out slightly so you can see all the rolls. So we failed completely. Oh, what a terrible start. So we lose 3. We lose 3 stamina points. We spent 1 action here. That's exhausted. We can still use the stone to attack, and we will. So this one is also used. Now we can, the only thing left for Chalara and her stone is to attack. So it says that as long as the Terracol ability is exhausted, which it is, you can perform an attack using your magic weapon, one of your equipped magic weapons. So he will attack, let's say, this one. Oh, and look at this, okay? So 2 is defended, 3 goes through. Their HP is 4, so there is only 1 HP left for this guy, so we'll put it back there. And now Bright Blaze gets to activate. It may perform 1 melee attack, so we will attack this one, this bandit. Let's have a look. Ah, another miss. Lovely start, Chalara. Okay, so let's indicate on the app that Chalara activated. Now bandits, each attack gains +3 range. If the total range result exceeds the distance to the target, that attack also gains +1. Ugh. Attack a hero on inside the trap. So let's start with this minion. Minions activate first. These guys are range. They attack with these 2. She defends with that. She does not have any defenses with regards to her stone, does she now? No, she does not. But there will be plenty of things that will kick in when the damage is dealt. Let's see. So he attacks Chalara. Okay. All right, 5. The range is there, and it has pierce 1, but there's no defense, so 3 damage will go through. Okay. And there's no surges, so she receives 3 damage. But what happens now is Andira's ability kicks in, so every time a hero within 3 spaces of you suffers 1, whoever dealt damage also suffers 1. So down to 3, mate. Yeah. And let's see if our marshal, Alice, can do something. This cannot be done. This cannot be done. There you go. I can use retaliation. Exhaust this card if the monster within 2 spaces of you. Oh no, this one is too far. But either of these guys can suffer from retaliation, which we will kick in just a moment. Okay, so this one is activated. Now let's activate that one. So he will attack a hero. Oh, and he also needs to engage. Okay, so he jumps in and progresses there. First, he attacks. Who is he going to attack? 1, 2, 1, 2. He's going to attack the closest. Engage, attack a hero on the 75A. So he attacks Chalara as well. And he misses. And he jumps in like that. Okay. Then this guy, can he attack anyone? Well, this stone is in the way, so he can either attack Bright Blaze or the stone. And let's have a look what it says on the stone. The stone, where is the stone? Hello? This familiar is treated as an obstacle, but may be targeted and affected by an attack. Okay, okay. Defends with brown, but also one of my abilities... Yeah, this one, Stone Tongue, allows me to apply additional grey die to the defense pool of the stone. So that's what it is. So he attacks my stone. Ooh, okay. 4. Apply poison. No, +1 damage. So it's 5 against 1. So it's 4 actually. So it's like that. 4 damage. My stone's HP is 2. It is boosted by... Is it? No, it's not. So my stone is destroyed. Okay, fair enough. Do I want to apply? Do I want to apply retaliation on that? No, I don't think so. He jumps in as his second action. Now this guy, 1, 2. So he will go 1, 2, 3, and also try to attack Chalara. No, they will swap places because he wants to attack like this. Okay, so he moved, then he goes in and he will attack Andira this time. I get to choose, I suppose. Each time a hero, no, so this does not apply to the stone. Okay, so he attacks Andira. Okay, and we have 4 against 2. There's nothing there. We can use our shield, okay, to boost my defenses by 1. So this drops down to 1. Can I do anything else? Let's have a look. There you go. Symbolic defense. Exhaust this card after dice are rolled to add 1 shield to your defense results. So I block all damage. So nothing happened. Good. So these were the minions. Now the master. He basically does the same. Where is he? He's here. Can he attack a hero? No, he has no line of sight. So he needs to run around a little bit. His move is 4. So he can go 1, 2. 1, 2, and he will attack Chalara again. But he attacks with yellow because he can pillage. And he misses. Look at that. Brilliant. Very good. All right. Woo! It took a while, didn't it? Ooh, it's crowded right here. Okay, so Chalara is activated. She's slightly wounded down to 7 HP from her 10. Now, what can we do? We have some options here. We can start killing these guys. We can shockwave maybe with or blinding powder. Stun blast weaken. Yeah, what we can do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to activate with Alice, yeah, and I will spend 2 stamina points to move. I still have 2 actions left. First, I will use blinding powder. Flip this card over to make a melee attack with this item. It stuns like that. It has a blast ability, it has a weaken ability, and there's no blue, so hit is guaranteed versus their brown. So these 2 get discarded. So that's my first action. Oh, no. Wrong die. Sorry, guys. Wrong die. This one. Okay. So I have 2 surges, 1 shield for this guy. Okay. Right. And I have 2 surges, 2 damage, weaken. Yeah. So one is I cannot boost my damage. I don't want to initiate blast because my heroes would be affected, and I don't want that to happen. So I will spend this to weaken him. Yeah. Weaken. Let me do it. So this one is weakened, and I will apply this token to him. Okay. So that was this one, and 1 damage and 1 surge. So I will claim this. Oh, I cannot do it. I cannot do it because she's carrying the battle hammer, which prevents her from spending surges to recover stamina. There you go. Can't do it. But I deal 1 damage to him, so he's down to 3, and he's weakened. So we will see what weakened does when he activates next, if he survives that long, and we will discard that. So that's used. Oh, and he's stunned as well. And he's stunned. Where's my stun token? There you go. So he loses 1 action next turn, so either attack or move. We'll see about that. Okay, so that was my first action. Now my second action now is the shockwave. Shockwave for 1 stamina. There you go. I'm spending this stamina here. Let's put it there. What it does basically is if I use 2-handed weapon and I deal at least 1 damage, every other monster that that's adjacent to my target receives 1 damage for 1 stamina. Okay, so she's using her battle hammer like that, and I'm attacking, of course, this guy. So this and that one are adjacent, so there's potential for me to kill him if I hit this guy. All right, let's move these to the side. This is discarded. Let's have a look. Come on, it's my battle hammer against you. Oh, come on. Come on. Can you see that? No, bloody hell. That was bad. That was really bad, mate. Come on. Oh, well, that's what it is. Right. Okay. Fair enough. Alice, you tried. Okay. End turn. Now we have either Andira or Rogana. Andira, can we do something with your traps? Let's see. So if I set a trap in an empty space adjacent to you, and then I could poison barbs. Right, so I'm going to set a trap for 1 stamina, yeah, and I'll put it, yeah, let's drop it there, yeah, you can see. So I get +1 damage while I'm adjacent to a trap, and if any of the monsters walks into a space adjacent, is dealt 1 damage and discard the trap. So this one is set for here, and then we will and then I will try to use poison barbs in just a moment, but I was looking at, there we go, I was looking at exploit, yeah? So perform an attack for an action if this targets an enemy who's adjacent to, it is within 3 spaces from a trap token at 1 additional green power die. Do I want that though? He's wounded. Maybe I should, yeah, I can deal damage here. No, let's have a look at that like that. I'm just performing a standard attack with my dagger. So I need green, brown, and like this. I'm attacking that guy who's already poisoned and weakened, and I hit him for this. Let's see, remove 1 shield from each of your defense rolls and 1 from your attack. When you perform a rest action, discard this card or token. Right, so of course monsters cannot rest, so the way I play it, I discard at the end of their next activation. But so I drop this down to 1, I deal 3 damage and a surge. So I will do it like this. So I 2 damage and a surge. For 1 surge I have pierce 2, which yeah, is not good enough. I don't have a second surge to poison him, so I suppose I just deal 2 damage and I recover 1 stamina for this surge. So you, matey, are down to 1 HP, okay, and you will hopefully die, right? So that's spent. My trap, oh no, look at that. Of course not. While adjacent to a trap, each of your attack gains +1. So you, matey, are dead. 1 less enemy on the board. That's it. That's what I was missing. Her hero ability allows her to boost her damage as long as there's no other heroes adjacent to her target, so she couldn't have used that. But anyways, now I can use, where's this? Poison barbs. Roll the blue die for each monster within 3 spaces of chosen trap token. Of course, this one also, it applies to all enemies, and every time I do not roll an X, the target is poisoned. So it's not an action. I will have a chance to do something right after that. Maybe we should hang on a minute. There you go. Before I use barbs, I will use my Black Widow's web to shoot this guy, and maybe we can immobilize him. I will spend these 2 in just a moment. Yeah, hang on a minute. There it is. Look at that. Do we have the range? Yeah, we have range of 4. He's not weakened, so this gets discarded. Sorry for that. Like that. So we attack for 2 plus a surge, so it's, well, so let's do it like this. This gets negated, 2 damage goes through. That's my second action. Okay, he's down to 1, and now I'm going to use poison barbs, as I said before. Okay, and roll blue die. I'll go clockwise, starting with this one. Yeah, he's poisoned. This guy is poisoned. let's try this one. He's poisoned as well, so he dies, beginning of his activation. The boss is poisoned, and the last one is poisoned as well. Good. Very well done. Okay, so I discard these, and if I recall correctly, yeah, then discard the trap token. So the trap explodes with some poisonous barbs and hits all the enemies in the area. Well done. Well done, Rogana. Let's tick you off on the thing. And the final activation for this round is Andira. Let's see what she can do now. As I said before, she has some options here. Okay, so she can use runic focus that boosts her damage by 1 and adds additional surge, but I cannot refresh this card as normal unless I kill someone. So that would be actually that would be good to kill one of these weakened enemies, and then I can refresh that and use it twice in a round. Because where's my weapon? Because 1, 2. What I can do, I have 4. Yeah, I have an idea. So I will go 1, 2 for 2 stamina points. So I still have my 2 actions remaining. 2 actions remaining. There's no conditions on either of our heroes. I will be using my dagger in just a moment, but yeah, I will exhaust. There's no arrow on here, so I can do it freely. I will exhaust my runic focus to focus on the dagger. So I'll just put 1 damage here, 1 extra damage, and 1 extra surge. So it's actually like this. Okay, one damage, 1 surge coming from the runic focus. I need this and that, and I'm attacking the boss. Yeah, the boss's HP is 5. So can you see it? Yeah. So 2 movement. Let's get rid of that. Slide it right there. Hopefully it's not a miss. It's not. Ooh, but it's a big defense right there. Ooh, okay. So let's see. I have PS1 without anything, so it drops down to 2. It was a perfect defense on his part. So I can apply bleed. All right. Let's have a look. I might actually do that. That's an option, because oh, sorry for the bump. Bleed. So okay. Or maybe boosted by 2. I think I'll boost it by 2, so I need like this. Okay, so we have 6, 4 damage, 1 remaining. Come on. And you're dead, mate. Look at that. Okay, because you're poisoned. So this is exhausted, and I cannot refresh it until I kill somebody with a runic weapon. So I can either attack, well, any of these guys, all of them actually are going to die because they are poisoned, and they all have 1 damage apart from this guy there. Okay. Shall we heal now? Yeah. So I'll perform my second action. Well, it doesn't really matter. I will attack the guy with the brown dice as his defense, which is this one. And hopefully I will be able to use the battle energy ability. Let's have a look. Yeah, roll of camera. Ooh, devastating strike. Look at that. 5 damage versus no defense 2 surges, so I refresh my runic focus. This card does not refresh. Refresh this card when you defeat a monster with a rune weapon, which this one is. So this is refreshed right now. Yeah, this is refreshed, and I also have the battle energy ability. Can you see it now? Let me show you to the camera. So I can spend the surge to a hero within 3 spaces of you recovers 2, another hero within 3 spaces of you recovers 1. First of all, let's kill him, otherwise I might forget, like this. Okay, and then of course Chalara will recover too, because she was wounded. And I don't think anyone else received any damage. 2 for 5, 2 for 5, 2 for 5. Yeah, it says another hero, so I cannot heal her twice. So there you go. So that was 1 surge. The other surge I'll use to recover 1 point of stamina. I killed him, I refreshed my thing. So this goes back, and this was Andira's activation. So we have 3 monsters on the board. Right, that's that. That's the end of the very first round. I hope it was enjoyable for you. It's always a challenge to combine so many different abilities that interact with each other, because as I said, I already spent 5 XP on several different abilities for these heroes. And I tried to, you know, play towards a lot of synergies between them. I might miss 1 or 2, so yeah, bear with me. Also, it's quite challenging to focus on Valkyrie showing you different things, and then rolling and remembering about everything and making sure that you can see everything on the camera. So please let me know if that's if that was enjoyable for you, or maybe I should, you know, speed things up. Maybe I shouldn't talk about so many rules, but especially for newer viewers, I like to stop here and there and discuss some of the intricacies of the rules if they come up, especially in the very first video when we introduce our heroes and their abilities. Yeah, so that's that. That's the Finders and Keepers second quest from the Manor of Ravens, the very first turn to kick things off. And yeah, if you enjoyed that one, we might record the follow-up to it later on. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one shortly. Thanks a lot for watching. Please leave a like, dislike, some comments. I'm always looking for feedback to improve on future videos. All right, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.